Alrighty, this is P.O.C. This is Hawthorne and Euclid Avenue, where the terrorist leader Mike LORENZ, just like Marcelo Blanco, are stalking me as a whole department. And these are also two departments that committed kidnapping, and they are stalking with these demons that sling light. It's not their headlights. And they're engaging in this is very clear targeting, flying over the top of my head. This is what Southwest Airlines does as well. The gang stalking airport that has no terminals, where they will be flying anywhere over here. Remember, at the 10 freeway. And this is what an entity is doing because they're terrified about what's happening, and what's happening is justice. This is evidence that's going to be publicly available to put terrorists over and under the age of majority on the internet in order to make sure that terrorists are blocked from any area of society where they have no right to be. They have no privacy while they're stalking with this government. There is no equal protection violation. There is no discrimination. They are the entity. This is P.O.C. This is exactly how the P.O.C. is also going to be referenced. The entity has no privacy rights while they're gang stalking like the city of Ontario is. And let's just be very clear. This prosecutes the airport. This prosecutes AMR. This prosecutes the Ontario Fire Department. And the Ontario Police Department are demons who are unhinged, and they are already suicidal. That's why they're engaging in this everywhere that I'm going. Why would you at Hawthorne and Euclid? Again, giving me more and more evidence, which is the entire neighborhood. And I want to be clear, the entire neighborhood are the people of the state. This is a public entity. They maintain no privacy rights regarding any information. It's the government. And since the entity sought to engage in targeting and furtherance of murdering someone, and they, as my evidence shows, they engaged in more and more acts of terrorism, hence years of kidnapping, engaged in criminal activity in my name, defaming my character, stalking me, harassing and psychologically torturing, even sexually violating me where they live, which is underway while the entity is stalking me by helicopter where you live. They're sharing in that P.O.C. and they will be prosecuted. And the P.O.C. is for the multi-purposes of a people, a nation, and I want to be clear, internationally to refer to keep terrorists just like this out, keep terrorists just like this out. They don't have any constitutional protections with regard to being exposed as terrorists. This is P.O.C. The entities engaged in psychopathic pacing up what is Hawthorne. Everybody on this street, which I've documented, are engaged in the pattern of conduct. This is why the entity is stalking as an airport. There's no terminals. There will be nowhere flying over here. And by the way, the Ontario Police Department is engaged in what is the ongoing psychopathic pattern of engaging in terrorism, moreover, while they're engaging in surveillance. License plate 9 Robert Jerry 517, P.O.C. License 6 Nancy Robert Wendy 976. License 9 Xavier Yolanda Mary 454. All of them threatening my life together, co-conspirators of murder, tracking my steps, which is why the government is stalking me by planes and helicopters in their neighborhood, including in the dark, when I am engaged in what is walking through the neighborhood, walking through the city, which you also know that they're gang stalking because the fake sun and the fake moon is over me at their venues, which are facilitating venues, not private property, and it will be published all over the internet. P.O.C. The entity is engaged in what is years of targeting me through the people of the state where they live, and you will be subject to federal prison. I've been documenting that. That's P.O.C. It is currently 7:34 p.m. This is exactly what's being published, and it's for the prosecution of the people of the state and the prosecution of Paul Leon. License 4 Larry, Uncle Larry 746. License 8 David Wendy 043. License 6 Jerry 59939. And here's the entity that is indeed stalking as a city. This is terrorism that the people of the state share in, the entire city of Ontario. And as I've already shown and historically documented, the city of Upland. This is, in other words, as I show you from place to place, from city to city, including my evidence, which is state to state, the U.S. government is being federally prosecuted, and the entity that are the Nephilim are being hereby removed from the ability to terrorize American citizens anymore. And Mike LORENZ is going to prison for this. And Alan D. Wapner, I want to be clear, this is the basis of federally prosecuting that entire so-called airport authority and that so-called business board. They're going to be federally prosecuted as terrorists, and the gang stalkers of the Ontario International Airport, those airlines, and the people of the state. It's an elaborate RICO case, and it's a prosecution of the people that are engaging in criminal activity as a public entity. There are no, and justice will not bar, obviously. It is absurd to suggest that you're going to engage in, like they are, stalking, monitoring, surveillance, federal stalking in their homes, which are facilitating venues. As you see, the pattern of conduct is ceaselessly. It's the same at the Ontario Police Department as it is at the venue where I am remaining subject to this P.O.C. on Hawthorne at Euclid Avenue. This is the pattern of conduct, and the government is serving to prosecute thoroughly to the furthest degree of the law the people of the state. This is P.O.C. It is currently 7:36 p.m. License 6J59939. The people of the state who are domestic terrorists, co-conspirators of murder, targeting one person together in order to psychologically torture and sexually violate that person, and then want to maintain a mask as though they are law-abiding citizens. All right, as they are upright, noble-worthy, even loving and compassionate families. These are the Nephilim. They're demons. License EN35Z11 paper. And this is evidence the POC is going to be referenced internationally in order to make sure that the terrorists who are the people of the state in this country are going to be blocked from every area from which they have no protection from that. License 9 Kelly Mary Apple 274. And as an aside, the entity that's stalking by airport and by the helicopter, these are the demons that lack in strategy. They lose self-control and they make stupid decisions. I've been documenting their stupid decisions for years. This is the full prosecution. Only the city of Ontario. This is the prosecution of the U.S. government. 0 UD. It's 7:37 p.m. and this is POC.